Episode 6, Subtraction. We open the episode of Spider-Man standing over Michael's body. He screams for help as Venom watches from a distance. He never wanted any of this. He just wanted payback on Spider-Man. Carnage went way too far, hurting innocent people and keeping them in the crossfire. And now Venom sees that maybe he was wrong about Peter too. Maybe he isn't as bad as he originally thought. And after the dust is settled, Michael is taken away by the paramedics. Spider-Man watches from afar when he is approached by Venom. Spider-Man tells Venom that he's not in the mood, but Venom says he isn't here to fight. He admits that he was wrong about him, and wrong about Carnage. Carnage went way too far with his path of destruction, and he has to be stopped. Spider-Man will reluctantly agree to work with Venom on one condition: there is no killing. They have to bring Carnage down the right way in order to show him that the system works. Venom agrees, saying that they need to stop him. It was a mistake to allow Cletus to work with him. He is deranged and he needs to be stopped. Spider-Man agrees, and Venom says that he will be in contact with him when he finds anything, and he swings away. Peter thinks this is a bad idea. He and Eddie have a history, but working with Venom is something else. He's unpredictable and dangerous, but Peter can't afford to let anything bad happen. If this works, they can finally stop Carnage and put him behind bars for good. We then cut to a scene where Peter goes to the hospital to visit Michael. This will parallel the scene with Aunt May in Season 1. Peter can't believe it. He's let someone he knows get hurt and in harm's way again. He keeps letting the ones he loves or cares about slip through his fingers, and he isn't willing to let that happen, not again. MJ then comes to the hospital and the two hug. They will catch up and MJ asks Peter how he's doing. Peter says not great, but asks if she saw Michael before he went to the building and got injured. MJ will say that she talked to him, but he seemed a little bit strange. MJ explains how Michael kept asking a bunch of questions about all that equipment going missing at ESU. She tried to explain to Michael that the missing inventory was the CEO, Roderick Kingsley's job, but he wouldn't listen and just continued asking questions. Peter will let this go because he knows that he should be focused on his friend right now, so he lets this slip through his fingers. This will change the scene as it gives Peter and MJ some alone time. MJ will ask Peter why he's been so distant, and Peter just brushes it off, saying that he's been pretty busy lately. MJ has started to notice, she's been noticing this for a while now, that there's something between them. The way that he looks at her and the way that she looks at him. The two of them have a connection, even if Peter wants to deny it. Peter's scared of this as he knows about what happened, and he can't let it happen again. Not again. MJ looks down for a second before she looks back up at Peter, asking why that has to happen. Why can't the two of them be together? Peter will look confused. MJ says that she understands there's parts of him that he wants to keep hidden from everyone else, even from her. MJ has that side of her, which is why she mostly puts on a front. And this will be our first hint at a deeper meaning behind the MJ that we have met so far. MJ says that at least they can still be friends. They've known each other for a year now, they go to school together, and now they work together. The last thing Roderick Kingsley would want was for things to become awkward in the workplace. Peter blushes and says that she's right. We then cut to later in the episode when Spider-Man and Venom meet up to discuss their plan. Things are still slightly strained with neither of them trusting one another, but Venom asks Spider-Man if he's heard anything new on his end, and Peter says no, he hasn't found anything out yet. Peter then remembers what MJ told him and thinks it could be connected. He says that all these prison breaks have been happening a lot. The fact that both he and Carnage escape so easily, even with their symbiotes, is suspicious, and someone once told him that Roderick Kingsley has been smuggling a lot of tech, and it's going missing. He thinks that the two cases are connected. Venom will tell Peter about what he knows about Carnage. All the places he's targeted seem random. After all, Cletus is insane, but there is a connection. He still seems to have some form of reason, because they're all warehouses, just like the one he blew up. Spider-Man says that it must be a waiting game. They have to be prepared for when Carnage is going to strike before they can attack him. Venom says that's true, but that doesn't mean they can't be prepared, as he swings away. We will then see a montage of Spider-Man swinging through the city, waiting for Carnage to attack. He's beginning to get restless, but eventually, Carnage is spotted attacking another warehouse, and a fight breaks out between Spider-Man, Venom, and Carnage. Carnage will put up a valiant fight. However, this time, Spider-Man and Venom will be working together. It's a coordinated attack, both of them using their strengths to play to Carnage's weaknesses and catch him off guard. They will get him down, and Spider-Man will manage to use sound to get the symbiote off, and the Carnage symbiote is destroyed for good, and it will never be able to come back. Cletus is webbed up and left for the police, as without the symbiote, he is no longer a threat. After everything is settled, Captain Stacy arrives on the scene with Jean DeWolf. They see Cletus Cassidy webbed up, and Stacy smiles, knowing that Spider-Man was able to save the day yet again. We cut to Peter and Eddie meeting up. Peter decides that he can't send Eddie back to prison. He's really proven himself and was willing to change. Maybe Venom will do more harm than good if he operates on his own. Eddie says that he's leaving New York. He's going to San Francisco. Hopefully there he can do some good without worrying about the police. Venom can help people now, and he sees that. He and Peter will shake hands for a moment before Venom leaves, swinging off into the night. Peter will end this episode on an optimistic note. He feels a little better about himself. Ever since working with Eddie helped, it made him believe he can make a difference. He can truly change people. Not everything bad that happens is his fault. And this will be the catalyst for Peter's arc in the next portion of the season. He has realized that being Spider-Man isn't always a curse. It can help people, and it has helped people, but he got to see it. Seeing how Eddie changed has really helped. We see this correspond with Venom leaving to go to San Francisco, swinging away from New York City as he looks at it one last time. But we cut to one final scene of Roger Kingsley in his office. He says that Spider-Man has been bad for their business. They need to take him out. And he opens his phone, and we get one final look at the contact, which reads Hammerhead, as the episode ends.